We saw already one of the cars having an issue on an outlap. You are realistic to get the other car to the checkered flag?
We do our best.
More troubles.
Now we can fight.
It's McLaren and Ricciardo.
Want to be part of the next chapter of McLaren history?
Oscar Piastri wins! McLaren, world champions once again.
Lost power.
Switch the car, we're going to have to retire. We need to retire the car. We're taking too much risk with the gearbox.
Wow, it was scary to drive.
Box this lap and retire the car.
Incredible. What are they going to do? I mean, it's just going from bad to worse, isn't it?
That's the fourth time this year that McLaren have had a double retirement from a Grand Prix.
Very positive.
That must have been a brake failure. Alonso does not make mistakes like that.
He's only finished twice in 6 races this year.
Yeah, I feel embarrassed, when I'm racing sometimes.
That is a very big crash indeed.
Just as you thought it couldn't get any worse for Fernando Alonso and McLaren.
Oh, they've crashed!
Both McLarens have hit each other.
You know, we all want to do better than we're doing right now.
They are fighting over last place.
Jenson Button 2 laps down.
Driving with defense, looking like amateur.
Just 2 bad pit stops they've had at McLaren. Even the basics are falling away from them at the moment. Jenson's got no power. Look at this. Oh my goodness. How slow was that McLaren?
GP2 engine. GP2.
It's very difficult for us out there.
McLaren and Honda, a product that everyone had such high hopes for, but has not delivered.
It's really dark days for McLaren.
McLaren debuted the MP430. Powered by Honda and with an incredible driver lineup of Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button, it sounded like a return to the team's glory days in the 1980s and 90s. But what on paper seemed like a dream quickly became the stuff of nightmares, and McLaren endured their worst Formula One season ever. The car failed to see the flag 14 times that season, a return of just 27 points from 19, and a slump to 9th in the World Constructors Championship, their worst position since 1980.
It's the 3rd race in a row that he's retired from.
Both McLarens out then before the checkered flag.
I want to be world champion, and this year is not possible, so I put all my focus on next year.
We're a long way behind the other teams, and in terms of development with the power unit, also the philosophy behind our car.
McLaren looked finished. 2016 was better, an uptick in performance, P6 in the standings, better reliability. But any hopes of a continued trajectory were dashed in 2017.
Do you have any expectations at all from this season?
I think still a long way to go for us, and a lot of work to do.
A complete engine redesign put the team back to square one.
That just sounds horrible, doesn't it?
This is just a test.
He sounds as demotivated there as you ever hear him.
Yeah.
And yet more troubles.
9th again, beaten by Haas, who had only joined F1 1 year prior. Something had to give. Jenson Button had now retired from F1, but put in an ill-fated cameo in Monaco.
Jenson Button does go down the inside, and then Pascal does get launched.
As Fernando Alonso tested the waters at the Indy 500.
If you had to give a headline to your 2017 season, what would it be?
It will be Indianapolis. I think the experience there, the Indy 500 was definitely the highlight of the year, and really enjoyed. New race, new environment, new car, new challenge.
The McLaren-Honda experiment had failed. With highly rated rookie Stoffel van Dorn now in the car, and their 2-time champion exploring other options, McLaren had to do something. Step 1 of the rebuild was announced late in 2017. Honda were out, Renault were in. In essence, they swapped power unit supplies with Toro Rosso. They took on Honda, and McLaren inherited their Renault supply. This was far from the only change though, as Zak Brown was appointed McLaren Racing's CEO for 2018 too, in a major restructuring effort.
When can we expect McLaren to win again?
I wish I knew the answer to that sooner rather than later.
From the get-go in 2018, things looked positive.
Fernando Alonso is on his way home now to hold off Max Verstappen and take 5th place in this race. And what a performance that is for McLaren here in Albert Park.
P5 for Alonso in the season opener in Melbourne, already matching their best result of the last 3 seasons.
Yes, Fernando, P5 mate, P5, well done, great drive, great drive.
Well done guys, long seasons in the past, but now we can fight,
In a twist of irony, Toro Rosso would go on to better that in the next round in Bahrain, Pierre Gasly echoing the "now we can fight" line after a superb P4 finish.
Unbelievable, congrats guys, thank you guys, now we can fight.
But while the Italian outfit would score a higher finish, McLaren kept it consistent, recovering to P6 in the standings once again. 2019 saw more seismic changes, this time inside the car. Despite a far better season, Alonso sought challenges elsewhere and stepped away from F1 in a semi-permanent retirement.
Champ, what a career. Thank you.
Van Dorn was not retained, and so in came Formula 2 vice-champion Lando Norris and the impressive Carlos Sainz. The pairing of what would go on to be known as Carlando was an instant hit. On track, they scored in 16 of the season's 21 rounds, but their impact was even more profound off-track. A new generation of drivers, relatable, funny, and chronically online.
I'm moving up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster.
Helped in no small part by Drive to Survive, the pair helped give McLaren relevance outside of racing, boosting support for and perception of the team.
Tom, do you know what that was? That was a smooth operator. Smooth operation.
The peak of 2019 would come late, a first podium in 7 years courtesy of Carlos Sainz in Brazil. Starting P19, he recovered to 4th, before a late penalty for Lewis Hamilton put him 3rd. McLaren's first podium since the same race in 2012, and Carlos's first one ever. Finishing 4th in the standings, their momentum was now undeniable. While COVID disrupted the world and delayed the season, it didn't hamper McLaren's progress going into 2020. They started the season much the same way as 2019 ended, with a trophy. Yet again, it was a Lewis Hamilton penalty that gave them the opportunity, with Lando Norris digging deep in Austria to score the first podium of his career at the season opener.
Yeah, boy! Yes! Well, I don't want to celebrate too much here, but...
Scoring in all but one race in 2020, a second podium of the season came courtesy of Carlos Sainz, chasing down Pierre Gasly at Monza.
3 laps to go, Carlos. Maximum focus now, no mistakes. Carlos, you're second, no mistakes. Just keep it really clinical.
I won this week, Tom.
Carlos Sainz comes home for 2nd place, and what a great fight he gave.
Oh, what a race, Carlos, P2. Great work, mate.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing now for the break. So close, but yet so far. One more lap, I need one more lap.
This was to be McLaren's best season finish in 8 years, narrowly beating Racing Point and Renault to claim 3rd in the standings. McLaren continued their habit of making big changes every 2 years by drafting in Daniel Ricciardo for 2021, but he wasn't the only change. Renault power had served McLaren well on their ascent, but 2021 saw a return to Mercedes power for the first time since 2014. The dominant power unit of the hybrid era up to that point, the extra grunt of the triple-pointed star played a major part in their continued rise. It paid off. Norris returned to the podium in Imola, Monaco and Austria before a stunning 1-2 finish for the team at Monza, fronted by Daniel Ricciardo, the team's first win in almost 9 years.
McLaren, after all their struggles in recent years, the papaya back on the McLaren car. He went to Renault, he's gone to McLaren, he's going to get the victory now. It's McLaren and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix. Lando Norris comes home to make it a 1-2 for the men from Woking.
Yeah! He won! Let him do it! Yes! Yeah, boy! Deep down, I knew this was going to come. So, thanks for having my back, and for anyone who thought I left, I never left. Just moved aside for a while.
For McLaren to be on the podium, it's huge, let alone 1-2. So, this is for Team Papaya. I'm for once lost for words.
While they did drop to P4 in the standings that year, behind old nemesis Ferrari, the statement was clear. The big three of Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari that had dominated the hybrid era since 2014 was now well and truly a big four. Or at least, that was the plan. 2022 brought big changes, this time implemented by the sport, not the team. The ground effect era cars of 2022 were here, and McLaren started off slowly. A podium for Norris in Imola was their only silverware of the season.
He'll be very happy with that. That will motivate everyone at McLaren.
And they slipped back to 5th, behind Alpine. Daniel Ricciardo departed a year early. Despite the win at Monza, the lovable Australian had struggled to gel with the car, and he moved on.
Kind of just got to a point where it was what felt like a little bit of a dead end, and after kind of going through discussions and also trying to just remove myself a little bit, I understood that it's probably best as well for me, moving forward.
His replacement would prove to be one of McLaren's secret weapons en route to world domination. After the most infamous transfer saga in F1 history, Oscar Piastri would not join Alpine for 2023, but instead replace countryman Ricciardo alongside Norris.
I want to be part of the next chapter of McLaren history, hopefully. It's a very historic team, and I'm really enjoying working with them.
A new face took on the role of team principal, as Andrea Stella stepped up to replace the Alfa Romeo-bound Andreas Seidel. The McLaren of 2023 was really starting to hit its stride.
Lando Norris, what a performance from McLaren! 2nd and 3rd! Lights out, away we go. Max Verstappen getting off the line, but it's a good start by Norris. A very good start. Lando Norris leads. Piastri's trying to take 2nd, but Max Verstappen around the outside. But it is Lando Norris who leads from Max Verstappen in 2nd place.
With Lando picking up podium after podium through the year.
On his 100th Grand Prix start, Lando Norris takes his 12th career podium. It will be 2nd place for Lando Norris.
Good fun, always is when you're fighting for these positions, and I kept pushing to the end, so it was a rewarding race.
As the car gathered pace, Piastri's confidence grew too, culminating in his first podium in Japan.
For the first time in Formula One, Oscar Piastri takes his place on the podium in just his 16th Grand Prix.
Then another, and a sprint victory in Qatar.
The Australian driver will see the checkered flag first. Oscar Piastri wins the sprint. Oscar Piastri with a dream weekend. Winner of the sprint yesterday, 2nd in the Grand Prix today, from 6th on the grid.
They ended the year 4th, but with perhaps the 2nd fastest car by the end of the year. 2024, the big one.
The question everyone's asking is, can you guys beat Red Bull?
The difference in attitude from this point 12 months ago is, night and day different.
Norris and Piastri went into the year pretty evenly matched. Red Bull did have the fastest car at the beginning of the year.
Max Verstappen crosses the line to take victory in Shanghai.
But McLaren would soon take that mantle from them. And that wasn't the only thing. Enter the fray Rob Marshall. A Red Bull lifer, Marshall had spent 17 years at Milton Keynes before joining McLaren for the start of 2024. This mighty combination was simply too good to beat, and Norris would finally take his maiden win at the Miami Grand Prix.
It's a landmark day for Lando! Lando Norris wins for the first time in Formula One! It's victory in Miami for Norris and McLaren!
I love you all. I love you all. Thank you so much. We did it, Will! We did it!
Not just a fast car, but now one capable of challenging for race wins on the regular. Piastri had his turn, breaking his duck in Hungary.
The Australian driver advances all the way to the checkered flag. Oscar Piastri wins for the first time in Formula One.
Well done, Oscar, well done. Checkered flag. Well done, buddy. Really good.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thanks for the coordination.
Norris even sniffed an outside chance of the title, taking 4 wins in total, with Piastri having 2 by season's end.
That updated McLaren in clear air is an absolute rocket ship.
A final race showdown saw them duel with Ferrari for the Constructors' crown, besting their old rivals by 14 points.
McLaren are world champions of 2024. They win the Constructors' title for the first time since 1998.
Big thank you to everyone in McLaren, everyone in Papaya, everyone who supported us this year, because it's been a tough one, but for us to win a Constructors after 26 years is pretty special.
As the sun set on 2024, McLaren were now the team to beat. It was a frantic, exhilarating fight to the flag in 2024.
Yeah, it hurts a lot. The disappointment can only be huge after losing the Constructors now. But fair play to McLaren, they've had an incredible season.
But 2025 couldn't have been more placid.
For the 200th time in Formula One, McLaren win. It's a McLaren 1-2.
Fantastic drive again.
And it's a 1-2 for the team.
Absolutely brilliant.
Smiles all round for McLaren.
McLaren were now gulfs apart from the rest of the field.
We've got to be realistic. McLaren are the best at the moment.
It looks like McLaren is in another world.
Do you think you can fight with the McLarens for the front row for pole?
No, not really.
Did you expect to be closer to McLaren than you are?
No.
Virtually unbeatable at almost every track, Norris and Piastri traded wins all throughout the season.
Oscar Piastri wins the Chinese, Bahrain, Saudi, Miami, Spanish, Belgian, Dutch Grand Prix.
Let's go.
Lando Norris wins the Australian, Monaco, Austrian, British, Hungarian Grand Prix.
That's a dream.
And will continue to do so until one is crowned Drivers' Champion.
McLaren can be crowned champions if they secure a P1 and P2 or P1 and P3.
They've definitely made it a little bit more difficult for themselves. I still think that they're going to get it done today.
Coming into this weekend, I think we all thought it might be deal done. Perhaps not.
Horrible getaway for Oscar Piastri, P20 right now. He's in the wall, he's out of the race. Oscar Piastri into the barriers. And Lando Norris is stuck in 7th.
Frustrating afternoon for Norris.
Well, I think at this point they know going into the next race they're going to win the Constructors, and I don't think they were that focused on.
Another twist in this championship tale.
But with 6 races to go, McLaren are already our 2025 Constructors World Champions, taking back-to-back titles for the first time since 1990 and 1991. Few people could have predicted this turnaround.
Unbelievable team here, unbelievable team back at the factory. Pretty awesome to go back-to-back. It's been a while since we've done it.
Yeah, baby! Woo!
Do we think this can continue through the next regulation change in 2026?
We know it's difficult, but it's an undertaking that we are all in for it.
More troubles.
Now we can fight.
It's McLaren and Ricciardo.
Want to be part of the next chapter of McLaren history?
Oscar Piastri wins. McLaren
world champions once again.
With a huge rule change coming in for 2026, there's no guarantee they'll stay at the top of the pile. But with the dream team behind the scenes and the rumoured strongest power unit, you wouldn't bet against them.